Alright, hey guys. So today I'm gonna do just a quick room tour. I made one of these videos years ago, but obviously my room has changed, and I thought it'd just be cool to just talk about some things and just go over some of my like collectibles, physical video games, and all sorts of stuff. So I'll also go over at the end of the video some of the stuff of my setup because I've had questions about that in the past. So first of all, something I think is pretty cool is I made these custom posters, or I had them made in China, I should say, and I really think they turned out super nice. So obviously they don't sell these, I had them custom made, and here's some more posters on the wall. Final Fantasy X, favorite game, also old school RuneScape, play a shit ton of that. So yeah, it's kind of neat, and I really like this poster in particular because I grew up in like the 90s and early 2000s, and a lot of stuff shown here is like the very early 2000 era. So if you're my age, you might recognize a lot of stuff in this image, and it just brings back a lot of memories, old consoles, and so forth. So moving back here, it's just my bed and stuff. So over on this wall, I have some bookshelves. So I'm a big Xbox fan, but over the years I switched back and forth between PlayStation and Xbox. I was big into the Xbox 360, kind of skipped over the PS3, before that PS2, and some Nintendo consoles as well. Recently I picked up some original Xbox game lots. Currently you can find Xbox games for like $2 each, so I thought I might buy a whole bunch. But unfortunately, I just don't have the space to purchase any more. So these all here, original Xbox games, pretty much everything you can think of. And what got me into Xbox was back in middle school, Halo started getting really big with like Halo 2. A friend convinced me to get it, and all throughout middle and high school, been playing Halo and Call of Duty. So yeah, I had a bunch of Xbox 360 games, which are all there and all there, and I do have an Xbox One, although I didn't play it a whole lot. So yeah, there's a Master Chief figure. You can find that on AliExpress for probably like $35-40. Up here, some more collectible things. Square Enix had a like 50% off sale on the Hitman Collector's Edition, so I got this really nice, and it's huge, Hitman figure, probably the nicest statue or figure that I currently own. And I got the like collector's edition with a bunch of other stuff for like $30, so that was kind of cool. So just some other random stuff over here. Big Dragon Ball Z fan, so some Dragon Ball figures. You can pick these up for like $15 each from China. And down here, like, I'm not really a big anime fan besides a few anime shows, so here's just a couple that I have, and just a random little figure there. Recently, I picked up a PS4. So I've been, obviously, PC gamer, but late last year, I saw that the PS4 was like $200 with some of the exclusives. And then this year, since the PS5 was announced, all like used PS4 games are extremely cheap. I think I picked up each one of these games for probably about $5 each, and I got like all the exclusive PS4 games, and I have a bunch of them here. I haven't played most of them, only played a handful, but eventually I'll get around to it. So down here I have books, mainly strategy guides. I'm not a big fan of reading books, but I do love strategy guides, especially if it has anything to do with Final Fantasy games, RPGs, Square Enix games, and also Bethesda games, Skyrim, Fallout, etc. You can also find strategy guides really cheap nowadays on eBay. Some of these guides, like this Titanfall 2 Collector's Edition guide, probably paid like $4 for it. Halo 2 guide, paid like $1 for one of them. So very cheap. I like collecting those. And just a trend, I collect a lot of stuff. So down here is PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1. And these are all the games that I grew up with. I never sold any of my games. So all these games have a lot of nostalgia and memories, each and every one of them, because I spent a lot of my childhood playing video games. down here is some Pokemon movies, the first season of the TV show. Just interesting fact, I picked those up when I was younger for $1 each at the Dollar Tree. Nowadays they probably sell for a little bit more. And then I was big into Pokemon card collecting, but when I got older, probably around like late elementary, maybe middle school, Yu-Gi-Oh! Sort of took over and the Pokemon fad kind of died down a little bit. So I have a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, a lot of rare ones. If anyone is into Yu-Gi-Oh! These are like the original Egyptian god cards. They still sell for like $40 each. There's also a lot of Pokemon cards hidden in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tins. And then moving down here, talking quite a bit. This is more Nintendo and some of my very old PC games. So there's a lot of classic PC games like Command & Conquer, Red Alert 2 was one of my favorites. Some older medieval games and The Sims and so forth. And then here is GameCube, and down there you can hardly see it, but there's Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64 games, Game Boy cartridges. You may wonder why I have 2 Game Boys and 2 Game Boy Advances. Well, played them all the time when I was younger. Sometimes I'd lose them and I'd have to buy another one, so I had 2 of each. And over there, some more PC games, StarCraft, and so forth. So that is my bookshelves. Love collecting stuff. So here is kind of like my Pokemon shrine. So Pokemon, and as you can tell, that poster over there, it kind of got me into video games when I was younger, especially RPGs. So when Pokemon Red and Blue came out, that was kind of life-changing, I guess you would call it, because that's when I really started playing video games a lot more. So my fiance, who I met about a year and a half ago, she collected Pops, and when I heard that they were making Pokemon Pops, I'm just like, I gotta collect them all. So I purchased pretty much all of them, and there's some behind it because it's kind of thick. I run out of space all the time. So just a Pokemon shrine there, and then these statues are kind of cool. They're like $25 each, AliExpress. Found pretty much everything from China. And then up here, there's these are all custom made Game Boy holders, cases. These aren't the original cases, of course, but inside are all of my original Pokemon cartridges. So that is my red version that I had growing up. Those still sell for a lot. I think all the original Pokemon games sell for like probably $40 each. So it's kind of cool. A lot of Nintendo games hold their value. Here's some just rare Pokemon cards that I have on display, especially Charizard. And then up here I have some framed Pokemon cards and some framed Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So a lot of high value ones here. Probably my most valuable Pokemon card is the Charizard, base set Charizard. Probably like, I don't know how much it is now, probably $80 to $100. And so yeah, my Pokemon cards are worth a lot. And I guess I should show you guys. So one of my most viewed videos on YouTube is a video that I took showing off Pokemon, like rare Pokemon cards. It got over 1 million views during the Pokemon Go craze. So in this box here and this box over here is a bunch of original, like vintage holo cards from, sorry about the lighting and this video quality, but these are like pretty thick. These are just a ton of old vintage Pokemon cards and a lot of repeats as well. Managed to get a ton of like Gyarados and all sorts of stuff. And then in here as well, a bunch of rare stuff hidden throughout this box as well. So these two boxes combine probably thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards. So if any of you guys want me to make another Pokemon card video or kind of show off my collection, let me know in the comments, because I really enjoy collecting vintage Pokemon cards. Each one of the cards in both these boxes are probably about $6 each, and for the most part I probably paid about $3 to $4 for each one. And there's some rare ones. I think there's a Mew in there that's like $50. Kind of expensive cards. So that's about that. So big into collecting Pokemon, just nostalgic towards it. Here's an old TV. I hardly ever use it, but if I want to play old game systems, I use that TV. This table can come out, can play it in bed, or I can just use this chair here. And if you were curious, I do own all the original consoles, I should say. I own all the original consoles back to the Super Nintendo. So from Super Nintendo all the way up to PS4 and Xbox One, I own all of them. So PlayStation, PlayStation 2, N64, GameCube, they're just all stored away in my closet because I don't really have a whole lot of time to play old games anymore because I am on Steam basically all the time. So here is a laptop I picked up this year. I got a like technology credit for college from my Indian tribe. So might as well get a gaming laptop. This is the Acer Nitro 5. I think I paid like $400 for it. Used, but it's hardly used. Guy said he only used it for a month. And this is my main setup. So at this point, my setup isn't that great. It is many years old at this point, especially these monitors. These monitors are probably 10 years old, except the middle one. So I guess I would say my main setup is probably 3 to 4 years old. I think next year I'll probably build a new computer and get a whole new setup. But when I originally made this computer down here, I know it just looks like a box. That's what I wanted. I wanted something a little bit more minimalistic and something that was modular and very easy to build and exchange parts. And this Corsair case was excellent for that. If you guys were curious, there's a GTX 1080 in there. Fantastic graphics card. And still today, I really can't be asked to exchange it because there's really not a whole lot better than 1080s right now. So I'm kind of running out of breath here. But just to go over a couple of things with my setup, one thing people don't realize when they're building a new gaming computer, something that might be even more important than the PC itself, is the sound and the display. So this is a 144 Hertz 1440p monitor. I think it's fantastic. If you guys were curious, I would not suggest getting a 4K monitor because you're kind of locking yourself to 60 FPS. I would highly encourage you to get a 144 Hertz 1080p or 2K monitor. Absolutely love it. And then down here, these may not look like much, but these are studio grade headphones. I love Sennheiser. This is the HD 660S. Normally, or at least when I purchased this, they would retail for upwards of $600. Very expensive headphones. I think I paid like $400, but still, sound quality is everything in terms of playing video games and getting the most immersive experience. Same with displays. So never cheap out on your monitor or your headphones. This is an expensive keyboard as well. It's a mechanical keyboard. It's probably $100. Lights up, does all sorts of crazy stuff. And then my mouse, if anyone's wondering, this is a Logitech G303. I purchased this one because it's very lightweight, clicks very nice. I just love it overall. And I like small mice. And so beyond that, not too much else to say. I do have Oculus Rift set up here. Haven't really cared too much about virtual reality, so I haven't upgraded that. And I highly recommend getting 3 monitors. So many people stick with just one. Really changes your life when you have multiple monitors. Also, if you are planning on building a PC, number one most important thing, put your operating system on an SSD. Most important thing, okay? Do not put it on a hard drive. With an SSD, speeds up your whole system probably 10 times. You boot your computer within 10 seconds. And then just a few more minor notes. If you guys are big into PC games, a lot of games require controllers. Highly recommend using the Xbox controllers. They're native and work well with pretty much every PC game. I do have a Steam controller that I haven't even opened up here. One year they were selling the Steam controllers for like $12 each, so I picked up a couple and gave them to my friends. So yeah, that's pretty much my gaming YouTube setup. Spend most of my life in this room. Am planning on moving out next year, so maybe I'll make a new setup in a year or two. But I guess the biggest change this year are these posters. Absolutely love these posters. I think they're fantastic. And that's about it. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think, and have a great day.